What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 58, and we start today's episode off with a game against Southampton here in the Barclays Premier League. And of course, this comes on the weekend after our Thursday night triumphant penalty shootout win against Napoli in Italy. So there had to be some changes to the side. Obviously, a few players were very tired, obviously coming back from Italy to play this game on this Saturday. And I've mentioned this before, it's frustrating how the game doesn't recognise how in real life the teams that play in the Europa League on Thursday night get an extra day's rest and play their Premier League games on the Sunday. It's frustrating because it does mean you miss out on a day's rest. You only get Friday off on the game, which means that a lot of players do have to miss out. And as you can see, my lineup was much changed. You know, there were still some first team starters in Foster and Zambrano in there as well, but a lot of the players had to miss out because they were just way too tired. And I do hope the next year EA do look into that, because that extra 1 day worth of rest, it may not be much, but it does really help. But anyway, as you can see, we took on Southampton, a side who in real life are in very decent form, and in the game not doing too bad either, in 6th place right now, and you know, looking pretty strong. I've said already, there's a lot of teams that, you know, depending on how these last few games end up in, the final game of the season could see like 3 or 4 teams going for that 4th place spot come the end of the year, and we want to be one of those teams as well. And as you can see, as we took on Southampton, it was a really big game for us, and it couldn't have got off to a better start either, because in the 4th minute, James Tompkins brings down Yusuf Malumbu in the box, and as you can see, the former West Ham defender also gets a straight red card. And Tompkins was a transfer target of mine right at the start of the series, and I wouldn't mind signing the guy anyway for defensive cover, but he is a bit rash in the challenge. I've noticed that on FIFA. There was a game against Southampton last year where he got himself a booking as well. He went in really late on a challenge, and there he went in really strong on Malumbu. I'm not sure it was a straight red card though, I'll be honest. I think a booking would have been sufficed, but you know, even so, it's a straight red card, says the referee, and we have ourselves a penalty. Southampton down to 10 men just 5 minutes in, and Saido Berahino scores the goal and makes it 1-0 in the 7th minute. So he may not have taken any penalties in that penalty shootout win against Napoli, as he wasn't on the pitch for it, but he shows me that it wouldn't have mattered had he been in the squad anyway. He could have helped us win that shootout as well, because he scores the spot kick and makes it 1-0. And I have to say, penalties this year, they seem very easy to score. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you know, the majority of penalties are scored, so that's fair enough, but it seems like they're way too easy. I can't remember the last time I genuinely missed a penalty. I really can't. But anyway, it's 1-0 to West Brom, and Berahino doubles his goal tally here and our tally as well in the 18th minute, and makes it 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Really nice goal there. We exploited Southampton's 10 men as they pushed to a 3 at the back formation, with Klein playing centre back, with them now a man down. And as you can see, Berahino capitalised on that as we went down the right hand side. We used the pace, cut inside, nice little step over, then a roulette to beat Florian Gardos, I think it was, and Morgan Schneiderlin, and a very good finish too. So Berahino gets his 11th goal of the season, and it is 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion. In the 21st minute though, Southampton came through themselves. Nathaniel Klein found Gaston Ramirez, and his shot was well saved by Ben Foster there as he got the ball away for a corner. But from the resulting corner, Jay Rodriguez crosses the ball in to the centre. Ben Foster ends up claiming the ball with the catch there, and quickly we throw the ball out because it's a really good chance for a 2-on-1. Southampton pushed way too many bodies forward for that corner, knowing that they were a man light. We went on the counter, played the 2-on-1 effectively. Berahino into Ings, and Ings scores and makes it 3-0. I could have unselfishly gave it to Berahino for the hat-trick, but I thought, nah, Danny Ings doesn't play too many times, but you know, I like to see him get the goals, because in my PS4 career mode, Danny Ings was such a reliable goal scorer, and it's nice to see he is in this series as well. Even though he doesn't play as much, he still knows how to get goals. And it's, you know, scoring hasn't been the problem, and it isn't the problem in FIFA for me. You know, I can score goals left, right and centre and for fun, both online and offline, but defensively, that's my issue. You know, that never used to be the case. It used to be the fact I couldn't score, but defending was really hard for me. But now it's switched, and I can't defend very well. And as Southampton have a shot there, Zambrano blocks it and it goes out for a corner. Jay Rodriguez swings it in, and this time Ben Foster doesn't catch it because Michu wins the header and puts it in off the underside of the bar. I think it actually could have gone down as an own goal off Patrick Roberts on the line there, but Michu claims it and makes it West Brom 3, Southampton 1, and that's the point. I cannot defend in this year's FIFA, and I've been asking you guys on Twitter as well, and it seems as though a lot of you have the same issue as well. Scoring, it's really easy, but defending, very difficult indeed. But anyway, it's West Brom 3, Southampton 1, and to tell you the truth, not much really happened up until the 71st minute when Osvaldo's header hit the bar there. there. It was very, very subpar in terms of a game, and as Zambrano got the ball away there, he also pulled up with an injury. Thankfully, he turned out to be okay, and it was just a knock. But as Southampton came forward there, Zambrano was playing them onside as he was currently nursing his injury after he pulled up when clearing the ball away. Southampton worked their way inside, but Victor Wanyama was denied by a very good save by Ben Foster, and it was still 3-1. And in stoppage time here, the last chance would fall to Southampton again as they get themselves forward. Osvaldo into Jack Cork. It's Cork bearing down on goal. And again, Foster makes a good save and Vestergaard gets the ball away. And the final score was West Bromwich Albion 3, Southampton 1. And to be honest, it's a very good result and I'm pleased with it and everything. And Southampton, of course, in 6th place this year. They've done very well and they are vying for a top 4 finish. So, you know, it is a good result, don't get me wrong. But with them going down to 10 men just 5 minutes in and without a very, very good start, I expected to score 1 or 2 more goals, and to concede was disappointing as well. So it's not a bad result. I'm not saying it's a bad result at all, but it could have been better. I guess that's the best way of saying it. It's not bad, but it could have been better. But following that, we had a game against Chelsea here away at Stamford Bridge, and of course Chelsea, a side who last year at Stamford Bridge we beat them after we played a park the bus philosophy and ended up scoring a goal late on to make it 1-0. As you can see by the table, Chelsea are currently trying to get themselves back on top spot as they are 1 point behind United with a game in hand. They're in 2nd, we are in 9th. And as I looked at Chelsea's side, very, very good indeed. Of course, no Hazard, he's been sold to PSG, but their squad is still unbelievably strong, even with absentees in their side, such as Cesc Fabregas, and obviously Hazard, he did get sold. That's Thorgan Hazard playing for them, by the way, if you notice the name there. But still a very strong Chelsea side. You can see why they're sitting in 2nd place. But I picked a very strong side myself. Kevin Savanier started, but other than that, it was one of the strongest first 11s I could possibly pick. I really, really did feel confident in my chances, and as you can see, I picked a relatively attacking lineup. You know, I didn't want to sit back, park the bus, and hope for a goal on the counter like last year. I wanted to score ourselves a goal, and the first chance would fall here very early on. Some lovely passing, released Berahino, but his shot was straight at Courtois, and the Belgian had a simple save there. We missed a golden opportunity to take the lead there after some nice passing, and would I rue that chance? Well, in the 44th minute, Kevin Savanier finds Jordan Henderson. Henderson through to Niang into Berahino, and again we're playing some very nice football, some lovely passing here. Berahino keeps hold of the ball, waits for giving it to Jordan Henderson. Henderson spots the overlap in Kevin Savanier, picks him out. Savanier drills in a cross, and Niang almost scores the goal of the series. A first time back heel from Savanier's low cross, and it creeps just wide of that far post, so no wonder he's got his hands on his head. What a goal that would have been, but unfortunately it did go just wide and it was still 0-0. But on the stroke of half time, Chelsea had a corner. Schürrle took it, gave it short to Diego Costa, who took the ball round Nastasic and crossed the ball in, and thankfully for us, Salah's header went over the bar and into the stands. So still 0-0. That was how the first half would finish, and just past the hour mark here, it was still scoreless in London. We couldn't get ourselves any more chances, and Chelsea would begin to look very, very threatening indeed. And as Salah gives the ball inside towards Diego Costa here, Costa plays it back out wide towards Salah, who crosses the ball into the centre. Thorgan Hazard wins the header, but it's a very, very good save by Ben Foster, and he keeps it at 0-0. But another good chance here. Chelsea have a corner. It's Zuma who crosses the ball in, or tries to. It finds Ramirez instead. He finds Nemanja Matic on the edge of the area, picks out Salah. Salah back to Matic. Chelsea work their way into the box. Diego Costa back to Matic. Matic back to Ramirez. Chelsea just keeping hold of the ball so well, and Fabregas eventually strikes it, and the shot goes wide and out for a goal kick. So still 0-0, but Chelsea looking very threatening in this second half. But as you can see here, the game was being closed out and it was still 0-0. No chances for us really in the second half, but as Savanier beats Salah down left hand side, brilliant dribbling by him, he crosses the ball in, and who does he pick out? Victor Anichebe. And I've said it so many times already, and I'll say it again, Victor Anichebe comes off the bench and scores the goal. It's Chelsea 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, and as you can see in the bottom left, he came off the bench literally seconds before that goal. He got one touch in the build-up, and he ended up having his second touch as the header, which went past Courtois. And again, Victor Anichebe scores and makes it Chelsea 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. Absolutely delighted. I'm so desperate to get this guy on a new contract. So really, really good header there, and we get ourselves in front at Stamford Bridge. Are we going to hold on for 2 wins from 2 away at Stamford Bridge and have another fantastic result? Well, unfortunately for us, as Chelsea broke through in stoppage time, for some reason all my defence pushed up. Cesc Fabregas was all alone. and he smashed the ball past Ben Foster and scored a stoppage time equaliser for Chelsea. And again, defending is the problem, not scoring, you know, and I don't know why my defenders were so out of position. I know I pushed that Nastasic up naturally, but Creswell, Zambrano and Jenkinson, all three of those players were out of position, and I don't know why that was. And even the central midfielders, you know, you'd think that late on in the game they'd want to drop deeper and try and, you know, make sure they're not out of position and can deal with any threat, but instead they all pushed up naturally. And it seems as though this year, you know, the AI positioning is really weak in terms of the defensive players. But anyway, it's a draw. It's still a good result. I'm still happy about it, but just knowing that we were seconds away from getting ourselves a very awesome win is frustrating. But I'll take the positives. It's a good draw against a very strong Chelsea side away from home, and you got to look at the bright side of things. And the last thing you'll see is we do indeed offer an each-year contract, because I'm desperate to keep the guy here. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.